Can't hear you. I can't hear. I can't hear.
Can you hear us
Can
now?
Yes, yes.
The sound was off.
Oh, hi, how's
Hi,
everybody?
good morning. Good morning. Good fellas, how are you? Hi. Oh, surprise, surprise. Good to see you.
If I can make it in person.
And sign in, everybody sign?
Yes.
But this right here is good.
Oh, so just like me.
Yeah. But we're gonna get started. I don't have quorum yet, so I can't take a motion to put the agenda for the minutes. I understand the minutes didn't go out. It was an oversight. I think I sent them through email. She didn't get it. You got them. You don't remember? You got them. Okay. Okay.
But I don't know if this is good to say, I'll say it anyway. I'm so used to the meeting being after, like, so when it's this is the first Tuesday. So I'm like, oh my gosh, it's the first Tuesday, so I gotta get here. Cause I guess I'm used to the first Tuesday being like the sixth or the seventh or the eighth.
Good morning to my guest there. Miss Powell. What's your neighbor's name?
Oh, Miss Patricia Devon, Mrs. Patricia Devon.
Miss Devon.
Mhm.
Good morning. Good morning, all.
Good morning.
Good morning.
She's always coming to our meetings virtually, so thank you for your presence. And everybody else that's there, thank you for coming. Thank you for being with us today.
JCC focus with arts and crafts.
Well, we're gonna keep it moving. Okay. Yeah, I took one of the things they're gonna start writing stuff, so. Thank you. All right.
As a company, you invest a lot of time in the growth of your entry level.
I have I think two people are supposed to come today. One is the MCA person, and Carlton had one of the pastors come. Have you heard from him? You know the pastor? Mr. Gonzalez is here. If you can hear to listen, I'll let you go. If you have something to share, I'd be glad to hear it.
Well, at some point in the future, I think I have to register to present, right?
Not necessary. Well, yes, officially, yes. But since my speaker's on here, I didn't know. If there's something, if not, I'll leave you alone if you wanna just speak.
I can always fake it, but if you need me to.
If you got an unofficial presentation, we'll say, like, what's going on here? What's going
Sure, I'll
on?
be happy to.
What's going on
So
here?
has the meeting started?
Yes, it is, yes. Go.
Would you like to? Okay, great. So, the organization I work for is called Arts and Minds.
Mhm.
And we design arts workshops for adults with Alzheimer's
Mhm.
and other forms of dementia
Mhm.
and their care partners. So that's an important distinction. They're not just programs for people with memory loss. They're for people with memory loss and their care partners, who often can use it's a shared interactive activity. We try to cultivate moments of engagement. We've been doing these programs out of the Metropolitan Museum of Art for 15 years. And we also work out of other big cultural institutions like the Studio Museum. And we're excited about starting again with the Studio Museum opens in a few months. And El Museo. And other cultural institutions in the city.
I want to keep you there. I will open to you like that.
Oh.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. No, you come to sit in today, good.
Let me get on the agenda. How's everyone this
I'm
morning?
sorry.
No, it's all good.
I'm getting over COVID.
Yeah.
Well, I tested negative, well, I got.
I'm like, I was gonna ask how you okay.
I'm okay, thank you, though, for asking.
That's it.
Was it a mild case?
Yes,
Okay,
very
great.
mild, very mild. I mean, I tested clean, but I don't, you know, I don't.
No, you're gonna see that.
Carry on.
Okay,
All right.
so where was I? We do programs for adults with dementia and their care partners. And we have been doing these programs out of cultural institutions for, since 2010, but now we've expanded into, uptown. So we have programs in community centers here in Harlem, West Harlem, and in the Heights. And, in fact, we have one every Friday about a block east of here at, Manhattanville Center, that we're still recruiting for actively, in fact.
Yeah, senior center?
It's at PSS Manhattanville, the senior center, yeah. And I know there's room.
One of the street.
Yeah, it's every Friday at 10:30. We also have a very exciting, project in the planning stages right now that's scheduled to start in, well, right after Easter. It's a funny thing with Columbia University. And, it's gonna be more of a 360 where we have a program that includes healthcare professionals that come in regularly. So there'll be more about that.
Brett Silver.
Now you can open it.
Okay.
You're welcome.
I thought I was banned for somebody.
Yes, all the time. You're good today. Sorry, Walter. I keep interrupting you.
It's fine, it's fine. And you know what? I love these chairs.
They're dangerous. You gotta hold.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
Yes.
All furniture should be on wheels.
Yeah.
You know, it would facilitate.
Sat down and went.
We decorate. I'm an educator as well as the person who does the community outreach. So one of my jobs is to create, new partnerships. And so I spend a lot of my time doing that, connecting with, community leaders and looking for venues. And when we look for a partnership, we're always looking for people or organizations like Manhattanville who can help us connect with the population that we're intended to serve. The unfortunate thing about my job is that there's such a stigma attached to the disease. When people have been diagnosed with Alzheimer's or some other form of dementia, they often don't want people to know. And so in order to participate in a program that might benefit them is like outing themselves. And part of our job is education, to get the word out, to connect with families that have been touched by the disease. Because often it's a loved one who will then recommend the program to their parent who has been diagnosed. In our community especially, like in the Latino community, where I come from, and the African American community, if you're over the age of 65, you're twice as much likely to be diagnosed with Alzheimer's than a white person would be. And that's for complex reasons that I don't really fully understand.
Yeah.
And then the other thing, the tragedy is that so often, like in the Latino community, people say, well, that's abuelita, she's just getting old. That's what happens when you get old. You just start forgetting stuff. And then they don't get their loved one diagnosed. And then she starts to lose language and they think they're losing grandma, when in fact, she's still there. She just knows verbal. And they put her in front of a TV set like this, and that's where she spends the rest of her life. When she could, what she needs is to be stimulated. She needs to be engaged. She needs to be out in the world. She needs to be part of a community. And that's what our programs offer, is we reduce isolation, we stimulate both verbal and nonverbal communication, and we build a sense of community. So that's what we do in a nutshell. I can go into a lot of detail. Our programs focus on work of art, as a catalyst for a journey of discovery, And then we talk about art as much as we make art.
So when you go to the other, organizations, do you just address people with Alzheimer's, or you address the whole, the body? Like when you go to the senior center there, do you address the body about, you have patients there? Or you have-
Well, we're not healthcare professionals. I'm not a doctor, I'm an educator.
I mean, I can use patients, I mean, clients can be, you
Yeah,
know.
well, we are, our art is the perfect tool for, this endeavor, because you can communicate complex feelings when you're making a painting, or you're doing a dance, or you're singing, that you can't necessarily use, if you don't have language, right? So I'm not sure I answered your question.
No, I'm saying, like, if you go to Manhattanville, when you go there, how do you address the body there? How do you address the audience? I mean, do you just speak to them about what y'all do, or do you have people there that come to your program?
Well, a workshop, which the workshops we have there in Manhattan consists of a classroom with tables and art materials
Okay,
and a screen like this against the wall, a flat screen TV.
okay,
And then we start by showing them an image of, from the archives of the Metropolitan Museum of Art, or from the Studio Museum in Harlem, or from the Museo del Barrio. We have access to their archive, their digital archive. So we start with an image, and then that's the catalyst for a conversation. Okay, and it's hard to not, if I can't show you the image, but if I can show you the image, then you'd see how it might lend itself to people going, oh, you know what I see? We ask the question, what do you see? And we take it from there. And it's a freewheeling conversation that stays in the present, and we are open to creative digressions, like the conversation goes wherever it goes. And then after about a half hour of talking about art, then the educator does a quick demonstration using the materials that they're using on that particular day. And then we make art. And then at the end, we talk about the art we made. We put the art on the wall, and we have a little gallery show, and we have a little sharing.
I would like a official presentation of that to see exactly if the group would, do you have a question?
No, I think before we interviewed you for maybe you, the library, you actually took us there and gave us some demonstration of the art.
Well, I have a whole,
No, I mean, not to describe that, I'm just commenting that, right? We actually saw it, and it is,
where did you saw me do a presentation?
yeah, here.
Youth education.
Oh, I did one about a year ago. I did one
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
For a different group.
Yes.
Well, I wasn't, it was on Zoom.
Right, exactly.
And yeah, and I presented all over. I presented at the Burbank State Park, and they have this monthly, they have the monthly arts
Art, yeah.
thing, yeah.
Not to negate what you're doing, I'm just commenting,
Yeah.
we were privy to
Yeah.
be exposed to it.
It's so critical, and, you know, it's what they're defunding a lot in the focus.
That's
Right.
true, that's true.
It's
So I would
sickening.
love to
If
do,
you put you on the calendar for, I just do like a walkthrough, where, like, say you were doing a.
I would happily do that. We can do that when, you know, that's what I do. That's part of what I get paid.
I can to officially open the meeting, I have forum, the second, I take a, thank you.
You're
My
quite
question for you, my actually. Can I get a motion to accept yeah, minutes?
I didn't get second. Well, I first, you can second it.
All approved? All approved? And the minutes on the table for the people that didn't get them. And I think I'm missing something,
There is
but I listen, bear with me. Would you like to have your person speak now?
Pass it down. You could, take a seat up there.
Okay, thank
Right?
Oh, the agenda, the agenda and the minutes, so I'll say I for both.
You have a front row seat because everybody's on our Zoom, yes. They should be able to. Yeah. Some people don't listen. Yeah, I think they can see.
How are you? Right. Start speaking.
Yes.
Right, my name is Elder Stanley Barrow. Elder just means older, you know, a preacher, right? But so this atmosphere doesn't require preaching. But I want to just tell you about how good it is to be a senior, how wonderful it is, right? I told people I'm 7 years older than the projects.
Which project?
Grand projects, right? I'm born 1950, that's 1957, right? I was in the same building with Keith Sweat. He's a singer in the lobby. I said, why are you singing? Now I know, he start. But the thing was, I took a wrong turn, right? You know, my parents sent me to the Bronx to get away from drugs. I got on drugs in the Bronx. You know, went to college at 50. I'm 74 now, so thank God to be alive. But the Bible said, this is the day the Lord hath made, right? We should
Yes.
rejoice and be glad in it. It's
Yes.
not over for us. A friend of mine told me when we retired, he said, our best days are behind us. No, they're ahead of us. Why would we still be here if we have not a purpose for being here, right? In fact,
Yes.
the older can teach the younger.
Yes.
That's my desire, to reach some of these guys they call gang bangers out here, you know, to get them to know that they're living beneath their privilege, right? Like I was chasing little white powder for 15 years instead of having dominion, right? So we have a reason for being here as seniors, well-seasoned, well-reasoned individuals, right? To train up the children as they should go, right?
Yes.
Teach them how life is, what life is about. Now, my claim to fame was my father's cousin was the Prime Minister of Barbados, the first Prime Minister, Earl Barrow. But Obama had a brother that was in the basement. That doesn't make me a Prime Minister, right? But I have a goal to help a lot of people, right? Young and old. I was a door-to-door salesman for like 15 years, right? And what I want to teach the young people and whoever will listen from this book called As a Man Thinketh by James Allen, right? Our thoughts is what makes us who we are, right? In life, if you think down, you're gonna be down. If you start thinking you're young, you're gonna be young. And you know, we don't have to go down like that. We can go up. You know, that's what I like to say. You like to say anything, young lady? Just looking at me. Well, I thought it was gonna be a whole quorum of senior citizens. I had the wrong idea.
Not everybody.
Youngin.
Thank you. I'm 70.
I told the young people like, you know, I told young people, I said, how's it, it's good? I said, it feels good to be young, right? They said, yeah. So I almost remember those days, right? But we need a revolution as far as people's thinking, right? Physical, mental, spiritual, right? Like I eat good food, I eat the right food, but then I eat junk food. That's counterintuitive, as they say. Doesn't make sense to eat a bunch of pretzels and potato chips and then eat a smoothie, right? Take a smoothie, vegetable juice. We have to take care of ourselves, right?
Yes.
If you can't get around, I don't, this cane, I say one day I'm gonna take this cane and throw it down to 110th Street and land in a garbage can. Not hit nobody, right? And my dad was 94 when he passed. You know, he was a baby. They were all in their 90s. He was the last one to go. But he took care of himself. You know, he did Tai Chi, that kind of stuff, you know, and exercise. We have to take care of ourselves because they need us. They
Yes.
need people like us, right? Because we know the way. They said God calls the children young because they're strong. They don't know nothing, right? They're just learning. They know technology. They don't know how to enter relations with people. They don't know how to interact with people. They don't know the wisdom that we've seen so many things in life. I've seen a lot of presidents. Eisenhower, anybody knew him?
Yeah.
Paid back, right? All the presidents. In fact, I was in junior high school and junior high school 117, and the principal came on the line and said, "It's a shame what happens in America." You know, this Menenberg was the name. I said, "What happened? The president just got shot." She said, "The president has just been shot."
Yeah, I remember
It's
that.
like a prophetic moment. Then I said, "What the hell?" But it was a whole different lifestyle, a whole different. People have respect for each other, right? They need us. We're the examples. Unfortunately, some of the guys my age out there buying drugs from the young guys. Terrible. We're supposed to be mentors, training them, teaching them the right thing. Recently, they asked me do I want some drugs? I said, 46 years, I'd go crazy if I took anything. Alcohol, I was smoking at 12 years old, marijuana at 14, heroin at 15, right? But now I'm 74 and still here. A lot of my friends are gone. Throat cut, a 12-inch from the jugular vein, pistol whip, stabbed in the back with an ice pick, and I pulled it out. The doctor said you could have ripped all of that back there. But see, foolishness. So our goal as seniors and mature people is to train the young people. You know a lot. All of us know. In fact, congratulations for your service.
Thank you.
Your husbands and wives and family, if you have children, you raise nieces and nephews, right, stepchildren. We're blessed. We are blessed still to be here. Got through COVID, didn't we?
Yes.
My God, I shouldn't have took those shots, because I knew I wasn't getting it, you know? But I was riding with a pastor a week before Palm Sunday in 2021, riding with him in the car. He died the next week.
Mm.
I didn't get it. God told me, he said, if I sound crazy, he said, he's extending my days. I'm what you call a late bloomer, a slow guy, gonna go to college at 50, right? When I could have went at a young age. I could have went to Bronx Science, instead dropped out of school. He said, why you dropped to get the money? I never got the money. Right? But I got some experience. We need to pray for the people. I know people don't believe in religion. I don't believe in religion either. I believe in the King. He wants us to be kings and priests on this earth, leaders, not followers, right? Men and women. We don't boss women around. All these young men call women bees and all that. So that's not the way it's supposed to be, right? Y'all are winners. We're winners. Thank God for this community board, right? Expand, grow, be blessed. You know, I believe in being blessed, and we need to be blessed. And I got another hour to go. Give a preacher a microphone, but I don't have a mic, we have a mouth.
I thank you for showing up.
Yes.
Anybody got any comments or questions?
I do, okay, I remember you, sir, from when my youngest son was at Child Memorial.
Yes, I was
And
a
I
porter.
remember you were an influence, a positive influence then, and to show you how much time we talking, Theo was 5 years old. And he's 38 now. Okay, so that's how, yeah, he's 38 now, so I remember you from Child
Sister
Memorial.
Lewis.
And I thank you and for being such a positive influence.
Welcome, thank you. See all those years went by?
See how the years go by?
Yes,
Thank
yes.
you.
Glad it was upstairs, correct? Down the Memorial.
The 147th Street.
147th Street.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's right. Bishop Quick.
Yes, Norman Quick. You
Yeah,
know, they said that Malcolm X's funeral was not at Canaan
Yes, that's
Baptist
right.
Church,
It
at
was
Charles
Child
Memorial.
Yes.
Yeah, Charles
Yes,
Memorial
it was.
Baptist Church.
Yes,
I mean, not Baptist, Charles Memorial, Church of God in Christ, right? But, came a long ways, you know, but, as far as I call myself retarded, don't tell nobody.
It's on tape.
Not that way, retarded means slow.
Yeah, it's okay, you know it. I'm just kidding, yeah.
I'm slow, man. I'm slow. I'm talking to me, I know y'all, they see me singing, I was making some singing, come look at how vibrant you are. Intelligent and blessed.
And so are you.
Thank you.
And I thank you for your wisdom.
Yes. And I would like to one day get a room, maybe in a perambulator room or something, just to teach as a man thinketh, change your thoughts. When I was in this drug program in Staten Island, every 1 week I come home on every weekend, you know, on the pass, and write down the James Allen chapter and go and think about it when I was in that lockdown, right? And I started changing my thinking. It's not society, it's us, right? Personal responsibility, right? As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. You're gonna be just what you think about all the time. So my idea is to help these young people out here to grow. Not to be shaking my hand, the so-called gangbangers, right? I was at my table selling books a couple of years ago. Pow, 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 the smoke is rising, everybody's ducking, I'm looking. I saw the guy go by on his motorcycle, it didn't hit anybody. I've been preaching on Sundays in the yard, right, many times. There has not been any more shooting, at least they're missing. I don't want them to even shoot anymore, right? No more gang banging. Like in Chicago, 100 people in the weekend, sometimes 50 people every week, shooting up each other. For what? When you're kings and priests on this earth. Kings.
And queens.
And queens. Oh yeah, but the queens with a kingly authority.
Yes.
That's what it is, right?
I can point that one.
Yeah, the king
Quote
with
that.
but the thing is, you're supposed to work with us, we're supposed to work with you.
That's right.
I'm supposed to take you up to
That's
the
right.
next level and you're supposed to be pushing me. Right? Not calling them bees and knocking them around. That wasn't in my day. We didn't have that. Right? We didn't have that. I'm older than you by 14 years. We didn't have that then. You know? Everybody needs to be made strong in the Lord, the power of his might. Now, people might deny the Lord, but he's coming back one day, right? He's coming back again, right? He's gonna deliver us too. I've been delivered. Heroin. One day I took some speed on 205th Street, 2 blows of speed. I walked down 121st, just walking. I danced with 3 girls, couldn't even dance. Going crazy. So I got in the cab, I was going faster than the taxi cab. Speed kills. Right, we was heroin, LSD, the first drug I ever took was cough syrup, you believe it? Robitussin with codeine in it. My time is up?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. He was nice enough not to say what I
Thanks,
said.
yes, I'll let you go, I don't want to teach you about it. Yeah, are you just, you visiting from?
So I'm a PhD student, actually live in this building too, so it's very. But yeah, I could just introduce myself.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, so my name is James Tollison. I moved to this neighborhood in 2015. Been living in this building, 600 West 133rd, since then with my wife. And I'm in the, I'm studying anthropology at the CUNY Graduate Center.
Oh my God, that was my major, Hunter, and I got my doctorate. Grad
Oh, the
center,
grad center as well, okay.
yeah, a
Okay.
long time ago.
We'll talk more, yeah. And then I teach at City College here as well, part-time,
And that's where I retired from 2 years ago.
okay, okay. Yeah. But I want to do my dissertation on elder care. So I'm just trying to network and learn more about the different types of organizations that are working on elder care issues. I'm very interested in how people are, cobbling together different kinds of programs, in order to make that work. So I'm here just to listen and, yeah.
How'd you find out about us?
Well, I attended a community board meeting several years ago. I've always wanted to become more involved with the community board.
Just was the application process.
So, well, not at that, I mean. we'll see.
Oh, that's right, we don't have any of those, yeah.
But I want to start just by coming to more meetings and learning more about what you all do.
Okay.
Very interested in the work that you're doing.
Happy to talk more.
Art, it sounds fantastic.
Do
Yeah.
you have the calendar, the calendar's there, the calendar's there, so you can take, yeah. And meetings meet, and you can also come to the general board, that's the,
Okay.
the third Thursday.
Third Thursday
down
of
at
every
the
month.
forum. Yeah, at the forum. This is, by the way, this is you, Prince, she's the district manager of the, community board 9.
I was gonna introduce myself.
Oh, okay, okay. I still have one more person in front of you. You just came in.
Madison there.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna get to you, Madison. I'm coming to you. I see you. But we have our, Mr. Roldan from MTA who's gonna tell us about the.
Okay,
housing
can
stuff.
I ask him a question before you?
Yes, you can.
Okay, it'll be good if we can give you a list of all of the senior or older adults, organizations in our area, so that maybe you can go in and tap into that resources and get a sense of where your dissertation may take you.
Yes.
You know, because you'll be able to, in the core, see who's servicing them and also get to interact with seniors.
Absolutely.
That might be a groundwork for you.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Roldan.
Hi,
good morning.
Good morning, how's everyone
Good
doing
morning.
today? I'm Bert Roldan, Assistant Director of Government Community Relations at MTA. I'm very familiar faces, good to see all of you again. Hi Madison, business time. The main update is exciting update in December. Permanent dues for customers will start receiving their Omni card in the mail.
See, I think you're bringing them with you.
Even pressure, I might lose. But by December, you start getting that in the mail. So the exciting part is once you get those cards, it does not mean your Metro card is no longer functional. So there will be a point where both systems will be working. We do recommend that you spend down your Metro card funds. Spend those down. If it has an offered amount, like, I don't know, 9 cents, right, something like that, you obviously can't spend that, we'll have a refund option. That's getting sorted out, and we will present that once it's available. So just know that we'll either spend it down or refund.
What if you have automatic replenishment?
Automatic replenishment, you should have got a letter from us already about that. If not, it will come with the new card. Automatic replenishment will continue to be an option, it just will require an extra step. You have to register online, or you can call Omni on the phone and tell them which card would be deducted or which bank account, what amount, at which level, your card reaches that value, they're refunded automatically. If you do not. Also the refill options, I'm most excited about that. Currently, no Subway mobile van, you have two more options now. You can go to your local drugstores like 7-Eleven, Walgreens, CVS, they can refill the card there. And also online as an optional account. So we have 4 options now instead of 2. I think flexibility is great. Stores are much safer option too. You can walk in, get your prescription, get your snacks, and also refill your card. So it's kind of, that's a main update coming forth for that. We do recommend anyone who is a golden age and hasn't signed up yet for reduced fare, please encourage them to sign up for that. I think it's a great program, it's the best pricing in town. Our price point is the fares across the country. Argue, we have zone fares here, $2.90 no matter where you go. If you have a friend who's international or just visiting, have them apply too, they can get reduced fare as well. So we want them to use that benefit as well. Any other questions?
When you indicate that we need to spend down our current Metro card, does that mean, when is it going to become obsolete?
So we don't have a sunset date yet,
Okay.
so that will come forward, at some point next year. But it's all dependent on, adoption rate. So the more folks who adopt Omni, switch over to that, it could accelerate the timeline. But right now, we don't have a date. But machines are also rolling out at stations too. So if every station gets a machine, we can't say, hey, no more Metro card, because that's not fair to folks who don't use it.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, when you say that date for obsolescence was?
We don't have one yet.
Oh, you don't have it.
What effects, Omni will have with your tourists, like in 42nd Street? Those who come to, Hell's Kitchens areas where all the restaurants and stuff, like, what effect will it have on them as far as them touring, using the train station?
So the good thing about most of the world, they've been tapping for years, right? We just, say, most likely already are tapping back home. If not, then we have, state agents who can walk through the process and how to use Omni, where to tap in, and get a card from the machine and all that. So it'll be worked out.
So, sorry.
That, is there anywhere we can request an active workshop in a period of time where we can have seniors come and actually walk them through the process, at the end of the process, they're done. A lot of them are technically savvy, go online. So is that something we can request?
For refill or sign up or what?
For sign up and the activation during that period in which you are saying that's going to be available.
Yeah, so good question. So we're doing an active, starting today, this week, an active push at stations throughout the system of folks who aren't reduced fare or are, but don't have Omni yet. Hey, check us out, walk through the steps. All our station agents know how to do it. They can walk you through as well. We have pamphlets, we have videos, we have people who can do it for you. So actually definitely take advantage of that resource. I think our agents are great, we don't use them enough. They're just there looking around, they're there to help you, so let's make sure we use them. So we can talk about that.
Yes, please. Okay.
So anybody who has one of these reduced fare cards will automatically get an Omni card in the mail. If I do nothing, I'm gonna get an Omni card. And that's like a credit card.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, with the machines again, between, the Omni and the old fixing, are y'all gonna take it where y'all can X out, adding additional, finance to where it's just, correct amount only?
Yeah, so good question. So the machines are kind of cool. Now you're like, oh wow, what's 10 rides? I have a weird amount on my Metro card. So now you can walk to the machine, you press reload. There's a function that says add fares. You can pick how many fares you want to add to the card. Cool. So you put 10 fares and add 10 fares, whatever that is. It's a little easier, actually. I think.
But if they don't have a link to a credit card, that's not that easy. They would have to go to one of your national stations, right?
Go to refill?
Yeah.
They don't have to have a credit card to refill. So cash is still gonna be a thing. We're not getting rid of cash. So that's not a thing that's.
But if they're at a machine You gonna have a feeder that,
Yeah, yeah, all the
that,
it's the same machine, same function you have now, MetroCard machine, we have the same function on the machine.
I have one more.
but as you said, when you tap in and you're on the bus, you won't be able to do it there. You would have to go to the regular subway station, correct?
Yeah, you can't refill on the bus, you can use
Right.
cash on the bus, but you can't refill on the bus.
Okay.
You can't use Omni card on the bus?
Yes, Omni, but like you were saying, it's gonna give us the value, but it's only giving you that value to reload cash when you are actually on the bus.
Yeah, if the bus reloaded, we would be on the bus forever.
Just a fundamental, what's the difference between switching from the fare card to the Omni card? And when y'all wind out of the tokens, which you didn't have the fare card that long. And the fare card been in effect since the seventies in Maryland, Virginia, and DC. I think we went through this before,
Yeah, we did.
but I'm cleaning it up, it's a little bit more, updated now. And what's the difference between the Omni and the fare card?
It's tapping the main functionality.
Yeah, that's what it takes to.
Yeah, we don't swipe anymore, we tap. It kind of falls in line with a lot of transit organizations in the country, BART, the DMV area, Europe. So it kind of, and it's, to be frank, the technology for the MetroCard machines, it's kind of old, we can't maintain the machine anymore. It's cheaper to get a system.
There you go, because that's what the question a lot of people was asking me to ask.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, right here, we have a question for the answer.
Okay. Yeah.
Can we take our Omni and we're in California, will it functionary there? Okay, I just asked.
No, but,
Those of us who travel.
no, but hear me out. If you're a paratransit customer, under you guys assessor ride, you can call them ahead of time and set it up over there. But just keep in mind that we're $2.90 here, no matter where you go, over there, they're more expensive.
No, they're 35 cents.
Ain't that what's going on? Let's see.
Yeah, cause they're
Yeah, but
paratransit.
it's 35 cents. I see you.
Anybody else? I waited.
No worries. And I got your email about City College.
That's not the first thing I was gonna ask.
No, but.
I got a bunch of questions.
Sorry, I'll get to you in a minute while it's here.
No, yeah, no problem.
I wanted to thank you for coming this morning and also to, ask, we have our senior forum early spring. Would you be able to come? I know you come every year.
Yeah,
Well,
last year
would
we
you
did that,
be-
right? It's so long, like yesterday.
I know. Would you be able to come with your representatives and do the Omni card there at the function if seniors don't get a chance to do it
I
now?
can talk to our mobile sales van folks, cause we have an ability to do the same features without the van, if that makes sense. So I just have to have them ahead of time, give me the dates and time.
Okay, we will. And the second question was, did you get my email?
I got you, email.
Okay.
I haven't responded because I'm waiting for the project team to confirm that.
Okay,
Because as you may know, we're
I
right.
travel every day, that's why I'm asking.
So the good thing is we just reopened one of the staircases recently redone,
Yes,
so it's
yes.
coming together slowly but
Yes, it
surely.
is.
Kind of slowing us
The
down.
130.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so kind of slowing us down, but working with the Connect to get some
Yeah.
more progress. We're hoping that with summer gone, we can make some time in the winter. But it's gonna be a beautiful station. It may not look like it now, but it will be ready.
No, I see it, it's coming together.
Can I ask an unofficial question? We're gonna have an elevator, right?
Two, one each side.
Hello.
Okay.
Before 125th,
Oh,
we're gonna
that.
have one
That's,
at
What do you
137.
mean? Oh, that's complicated.
I know.
Okay, thank you.
Right, so you said there's 4 places, the drugstore, online, you said there's to refill the card.
Yeah,
What's the other 2?
Your subway and mobile van.
So the mobile van's gonna be, I don't see them as much as they used to.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a very small team. To be honest, we would welcome any elected support to pay for another stop. That'd be great if you would fund it. So, no, we'll take that support.
This is our budget season, so we can put in a request, yeah.
That'd be great.
And also,
No, seriously.
back to the senior resource fair, it's months away, can we put in for the band now?
But for now, because
Yeah.
that schedule hasn't, obviously been produced yet. So
May,
wait for
right,
now.
May.
Well,
Senior Fair Day. I mean, Senior Fair is May, yeah.
Yeah, so shoot me a note and then I can put that in.
So we just have to pick a date,
Okay,
and we could put in for it now, cause we get a lot of seniors at that event,
yeah.
and that would be great.
And can we ask for it sooner? I mean, just to come as a station, or you don't want it?
Well, he just said it's hard to get it, but if we put in for it for May, we can definitely
I
have
can
it.
get you it for
Just
May.
the early bird catches the worm.
It may not be
I'm
easier.
talking about something consistent, that's what I'm.
Consistently more funding for that one.
Oh,
But
okay.
the main
Yeah.
company probably do that, because it's a community board event, it's a community
That's
event,
Yes,
big. You guys are one of our most active boards, we like you guys, so.
Here we go. So I found a bunch of old retro cards in my wallet, right? And I sent them there and they put them on, they gave me new cards. So I have about 8 cards. I think I have about $200 in all together. So now with the army, I'm gonna have to send them back again now for them to refund it so I can, when I get this, because I'll probably get my card in December too.
Yeah.
For them to, okay, this is probably next year area, but it's still good. I'm pissed that the congestion pricing died. I don't drive, and I think it's unfair to prioritize. That's what, what's his name, did they put the, Cross Bronx, the Cross Bronx Expressway. Priority, yes, messed up the whole city. Yes, I'm going there, I'm going there, it's my 2 minutes. So anyway, so they're prioritizing driving folks. And then the people that live here said now that the money was pulled in, on the 21st street, elevator was supposed to be put back into effect in June. And I know that area. And then I saw a follow-up that said it was gonna be the end of August. And now when they pulled the money, it's still sitting there, and they haven't even worked on it.
Nicholas on the D?
No, they're on the DS, yes.
Cause that's the replacement they're doing at 125th, I believe, replacement.
Yeah, well, it's just there, but I mean, didn't seem like they didn't put a whole new, they didn't need a whole new one. I think they just needed to, anyway.
Yeah.
The money seemed to be pulled and it's still in limbo.
I can look into that, but that project should be moving forward to replacement. A lot of times, it maybe it's not active, it's because waiting for permits. FDNY to approve a lot of stuff.
I saw folks there not too long ago, but then I didn't see them again.
Yeah.
So I gotta read Starbucks over there, so I just.
Yeah,
it's like,
because that's a
wow,
big, there's a Chipotle coming, by the way, over there.
Yeah.
Where the Popeye.
Dunkin' Donuts, yeah, you can buy a Dunkin' Donuts, and some Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, so that package has about, I think, 18 elevators, so it's a lot moving around at once.
And then, so the funding was held up because of the congestion price?
But don't know, if it was awarded already, it wasn't tied to that.
They were already granted.
And then they put in a new request for the capital project, like we getting ready to discuss now, our capital. So will those, cause they try to put in more elevators and escalators and
That
stuff.
would be my question.
Cause as we get older, as the gentleman was just talking about, we're gonna need a little energy access and stuff, so I'm hoping that and I honestly wish you could find this money. if she-
So as our chair said last week, we proposed a budget.
Yeah,
Our capital plan, we propose it, the board approves it, it goes to Albany, it's up to the final. So we did our job, we gave you what we need, our wish list, things like that.
Second Avenue subway, which is been.
We got some funding from the feds on that, we got some funding from the government to get the contracts moving on that part.
Thank goodness.
But
One more.
the initial pricing right now is paused. There's some conversations with the governor, see where that goes.
She had a lawsuit, and they need to sue her because this was supposed, you put the equipment up and then you just stop it. I can say, oh, we're gonna stop it for 30 days, we're gonna stop it for 90 days, but to just stop it indefinitely and don't come back with a date, I mean, I think it's really unfair to the people right there, put her in office and voted for it.
Well, we could take, at this point, the chair said, we take her word, she said she's gonna find the funding.
I don't believe it. And next thing was, I see that they made the change on the 100 bus. So they put the
Yes.
100 buses turning on St. Nicholas. Now, across the street where Dunkin' Donuts is, where the M3 used to stop. There's a 3-seater there, and what would be the process to ask them, can they restore that to move it from where the Chipotle is gonna be to back to where it is?
The seats or the bus?
No, the bus stop, because that corner is a lot of traffic, there's nowhere to sit down. Whereas if you have the 3-seater there in front of the Starbucks, at least the seniors or whoever can sit here and wait for the bus. And it's, well, the, city college bus stops here, but I mean, it's infrequent. But that was, it was a lot easier for people to get on and off the bus at that stop, as opposed to where it is now.
Yeah.
So, since they moved 100, and you know, I mean, sometimes I see the 100 over there, but that's all right, at least I know they moved it. Would it be possible to ask them what the process is to restore that 3 stop? I know it's probably Department of Transportation.
The restore the 3C or the?
Wait, no, restore the stop, the bus stop back where it was.
So I think the easier process, to be frank, is ask them to move the furniture to the new stop. You might get.
It might not be able to because of the grace, some of the grace in the end.
So the reason why we moved this, because the taxi stand, that was causing us traffic issues there.
Oh, you know.
So we asked them to move it so our customers on the bus and go back to the elevator.
Wow.
So you see, it's probably,
No. We had a meeting for that.
Their priority.
so y'all have us to say where those 3 seated, like this one out
The
here.
3C we don't, DOT does the 3.
That's
That's
DOT.
all furniture is, bus stops or furniture is DOT. We just provide service.
Look at that, I like to see, we have a transportation committee anyway, so I like to see when thank you for coming in. I'm still not, one thing, I'm sorry. I'm still. I like my 30 days.
What happened?
All right.
Yeah, lots of people still going.
I'm still like my 30 days.
Oh, yeah,
That's the whole thing. Yeah, but that thing, it probably worked out in the long run, got the 12 thing.
Yeah, the fair cap.
Yeah, and then I get mine free. Anybody online have any questions?
No.
Okay, go ahead, Pat, or you.
When we were talking about the capital plan,
Mhm.
I know that it was approved and that was a good thing. We have been, CB9 as well as other, groups have been partnering with the Morningside Heights, Community Coalition to advocate for the installation of an elevator at the #1 train on 125th Street in Broadway. My question is, when I looked through, I wasn't able to determine if that particular project was approved. So I just wanted to ask, was that project approved in this year's capital plan?
So 2 things, we published 30 stations we're gonna do in the capital plan, right? There's 30 more that we're gonna, do open houses in the community throughout the city, to find out other 30, so the total of 60 is planned coming up.
Okay,
125th Street, it's a conversation with Columbia right now.
125th Street.
Right, that's a conversation with Columbia right now.
So that means no?
Well, let me know, that we're working through some approvals and some funding and all
See what
that.
is Columbia right now.
Who said that?
No, I'm talking to myself. Why
Oh,
we have to ask Columbia to put the elevator there?
So we've been talking, we've had some meetings, I think the local electeds,
Yeah, we're having a meeting next Monday, so I'll find out, but I'm just wondering.
Yeah, they've been productive, I would say, it's moving forward, I think the latest conversation was, something with escalators, the new escalators, wide escalators and, elevators, that's where we're at now.
Yeah, there's so much, it's so much, this has been, I guess, what, a 4-year, 3-year effort, and there's a question about who's responsible for what. You know, what is Columbia responsible for? Are they responsible for, I think according to the CDA, they're responsible for the escalators and maintaining that, but then the escalators have a problem. We need an elevator on the other side because we need it to be ADA accessible. There's so much going on, but I can tell you, I think I can safely say that we're gonna keep pressing on.
Good.
We're definitely gonna keep pressing on. you know?
Can I ask you a question
Yes, sir.
about the, accessibility?
Yes, sir.
Would that be where it should be just the seniors and people who have, disability, might be injured in wheelchairs or walkers? They should be the only ones to be allowed to go in the elevator, right?
I would think so.
Yes.
I would think it's for everybody.
No.
It's for
All this-
No, I'm isolating into that one specific, because sometimes it's hard for our elders with wheelchairs to get in the elevators. I seen them push around 125th Street.
But with that
And
station.
What they
with
do is
that
like they
station-
do on the train, I'm not cutting you off, Pat, they ask people to be mindful
Yeah,
of
be
the
mindful,
elderly
yes.
Yeah,
and
I'm
the
aware of
disabled,
that, but
and let them go first.
and I hope them signs that are on the buses be in that train station. But that's what I was doing, I was narrowing it down so other people can have input. I don't wanna just
You might know-
overwhelm them. You know what I'm saying? But the question, I wanna narrow it, where we can start saying, hey, they're gonna put signs and do that. I don't wanna be talking all, and telling you all what needs to be there. I want everybody to have a chance to partake.
The areas for those who need a wheelchair or whatever, they're painted yellow.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
On the subway system, you'll see the decal on the floor, so that blue says wheelchair accessible and all that. So you know, when you sit there, that's gonna right, it's the middle of the train, that's where you're gonna get a seat. I guess where you're lining up, we've done that part. Along the one line from, I'll say West Fourth up to 96, maybe further up. Center Home has paid for the Navulens, it's this QR code you're scanning. And the different languages, it tells you how close you are to the staircase, to the station.
Right, it comes on, yes.
Yeah, so that's the new thing we're trying to forward. We've done some sign language at some stations, for those who need that. We're working on accessibility.
Yeah, there's an announcement.
But to prioritize just people with physical disabilities is not fair, because it I had surgery on my legs, so my legs are not as strong as this, I can't run upstairs, I just hold on to the handrail. So I mean, you would not see it because I had long pants on, but no, anybody should be able to do that.
Well, so, yeah, we're focusing on that. When this new capital plan is completed, we'll have about, the summary was, the stations that have 75% of ridership will have an elevator. So that's more than half of our stations at that point will have an elevator. That's one. Two, you may see some staircases getting like that upward bump before you go down, that's flood mitigation. But the staircases are also made to be ADA as well, so it's easier for folks. I've heard folks tell me, I'm older, it's hard to go up the stairs, but the new staircase that we've done, it's made the steps lower in between each
So
one.
they're easy.
Right.
Yeah.
So we've done that, we're kind of required to, but regardless of the right thing to do, we've done that across the system at any station.
What happened to the accordion C trains? The C trains with the accordion.
Oh, the walkthrough?
They took them off. I see the ones that the A train is using, they put them on the C line.
Yeah,
But
cause
the accordion one, I mean, the accordion, the walkthrough,
we're piloting.
they were nice.
Those were a pilot though. So I think there were some quirks that weren't what we needed operationally, so we're not gonna buy back the whole set.
Okay. But it was okay.
You know, I just wanted to refer to something you were saying about all of the different agencies who have to go to get something done. I mean, there really should be some kind of coordinated effort, instead of having to go to this one or that one to get stairs, elevators, whatever. I mean, is there anybody that ever fulfills that function if we're, you know, in a situation that you were describing, where you don't know who's responsible for
Well,
what?
no, I just wanted to know, this community effort is not only just CB9, it's various, the legislators, it's everyone.
I
different
understand, but-
Community organizations that are working together to have discussions, and this has been going on for a while. The reason why I asked about it, is because I just wanted to get a status update, but I guess we'll find out at the meeting next week. And in reference to what you were saying, Carlton, that, everybody should be able to have access to it. You know,
Right.
But that particular station presents, and I'm sure you all are familiar with that station, it presents a whole different a different issue or problem. You have steps that are going up to the token booth level. So there's an elevator needed for that. And then there's another elevator possibly to go from there to
The conversation right now is, I'm not an architect, but the conversation right now is that we're having an elevator go from street to mez to platform.
Both sides.
Yes, both
Yeah.
sides.
And that's a challenge.
And also wider escalators.
That's a challenge.
What I'm saying though is that's a specific issue. There are a lot of issues throughout the city. I'm just saying in terms of the elderly and coordinating what the elderly of the city needs. Instead of having different communities, isn't there somebody that can coordinate this? And maybe the Department of Aging?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I mean, to get this so that we don't have to be so balkanized, bifurcated all of this. These are issues facing all the elderly in a city where the population is, my population.
Well, it has been good,
Are
we've
rapidly
had support from
aging.
all our legislators.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you
You know,
told
and
us,
who also was very supportive Assemblyman Daniel.
Hold on, yes.
Very wonderful.
It's leaving,
I know, but we thankful for everything he did while he was there. And Shauna Brady was also instrumental in reaching out to the MTA chair and,
Yes,
to, and the governor and everybody. So
too.
everyone, I mean, I can just safely say all the legislators that serve this area are involved. Forgive me for not mentioning everybody's names, but they all are involved. And they all are advocating for this elevator, so it is a community effort. Lots of organizations are involved and it's gonna continue on, so knowledge is power, unity is power. So it's gonna get done, it's gonna get done.
And we're gonna claim it
Regardless
today.
of how long it takes.
The senior action committee, within 5 years, we're gonna have an elevator at 137th and at one.
Yes, we are.
Hold on, it's gonna be gonna name it the Alberto
We're gonna
Rodon
have both.
Station.
We're gonna have both.
Alberto Rodon
Yes.
Station.
We've done a lot since you popped up, man. A lot of stuff been getting done with you coming out
Yes.
representing. Cause
I
always get around and best mention your name a lot, and some people will, they do know who you are, man. They might not saw you, but they know the name. So that's,
Listen, I got a whole borough, so I'm busy.
that's better than you can,
The
yo.
best I can.
And we thank you for your service.
Yes.
Thank you for bringing that, for coming to my attention. I don't know that I'm.
Should I let you, Madison, Madison, you wanna say anything?
I want to say hi. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Do I have any updates? No, I don't have anything for you guys besides that DIFTA is having an event, like a Talent is Timeless competition at the United Palace Theater October 10th. So that's happening. I sent the flyer over to Miss Prince and Hakil, so I don't know if you guys got that. If not, I'll just send it over to you, Walter and Carlton. So yeah, I don't really have anything else, but hello.
How you like the
So proud
job?
of you, Madison, so proud of you.
Yes,
Thank you.
and we'll be seeing a lot more of you. Hi, would you like to say anything?
I'm a staff writer with the Spectator, and I'm writing an article on, the Spectator.
Oh, yeah, with you, yeah.
I'm doing a long form article on older adults in West Home, so I'm just here, I guess, to try to learn more about the challenges, issues that the older adults.
Will you be coming on a regular basis?
I'm going to be trying to, I'm already in touch with a lot of life force leaders, dancing.
Cool, yes.
What did you name again? Miranda.
You signed the form.
Yes.
If you can't come in person, you can always come by Zoom. If you leave your email address there, we can send you, the monthly thing,
That'd
but
be
you know,
wonderful.
so you can listen while you're doing whatever else you're doing. And thank you for coming.
Thank you.
You're on, Miss Prince.
Okay, good morning again, Youth of Prince District Manager, Manhattan Community Board 9. I just wanted to share with the committee that the Whitney Museum is hosting a Older Adults Day on Tuesday, October 15th, from 9:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. in the museum lobby. The open adults is for ages 50 plus, so just about everyone can attend, that are older. And also on that day, they will be featuring the Alvin Ailey Dance. So there will be not only the dancers, but they will also be teaching older adults. So if you know anyone, please help us spread the word. I should have flyers. The borough president's office is going to be sharing flyers, but I just asked them just to give me a synopsis of what will be going on. And, they said that there will be a special Alvin Ailey dance class, Alvin Ailey Dance for Active Aging from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. So you have to get there a little early for the dance class, but please help us spread the word and attend the museum. It's free all day,
Okay.
practically, and that's for adults 50 plus.
New York one did, a preview of the thing this morning. And it looks so interesting. They're gonna be doing 90 dance exhibitions as well as the art that influenced them and that he influenced of other people. It really looks good. It really looks good. Yes. No, that's, you know, Whitney is downtown now. It's at the end of the, what's that walkway used to be the railroad, the High Line.
Right, what was the date on that?
Oh, she said October 15th.
That's what I said.
Yes, yes.
I just wanted to bring up something else. You know, they had a demonstration downtown here, City Hall, about this Medicare.
Mm-hmm, that's right,
Advantage.
yeah.
Not, this young lady in the front, I think I saw her on the video. You were on TV. Yeah, right, right. It's your moment.
Liz,
Yeah, I saw you on TV last night. You were down there.
Where?
Yeah,
The rally.
Medicare rally.
about the Medicare.
Yeah, you were right. Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah.
I saw your.
I was gonna say, I took some time off from work.
Yeah, I saw you.
And before
Oh, I was coming away from.
I don't
And,
know if it's
that's
something we
valid.
can address, because I don't know who's paying for these lawsuits, this mayor.
We need to contribute to the.
No, I have been doing
Yeah,
that.
me too.
You know, but this is an issue that a lot of people in the city have worked for the public service agencies, and we're affected by this. And they continue these lawsuits now with the mayor's current, political problems. I don't know if they're gonna persist with this. Like 9 lawsuits already they've lost.
Yeah, and they still keep pursuing. It's like Trump.
Right,
Every
right.
time he loses, it just keeps going.
They have another one with 16, 17, and 10 October.
Oh, what,
We're
October
going back
10th?
to court. I'd like to get a flyer, we're going back to court and continue fighting.
Can you send it to me so I can send it out?
Yeah,
It might be.
They were very bad. Great turnout, great turnout.
A lot of people in the city that are affected by this.
Yes.
You know, I mean, in fact, more hospitals want to take it, more doctors want to take this advantage. What Ralph Nader calls it the. Medicare
It's
disadvantage.
not, yeah, it's, because if you're affiliated with your medical people now, there's a good chance that it might, and with the advantage thing, but that's sir, and plus it's privatized, it's run by private, people that have problems with, Aetna anyway. But, for the city to push everybody into that without, you know.
We've been waiting for approval from Aetna, people have died waiting.
I know, a lot of people, my personal thing, my doctors dropped it, because they said it took too long to get paid.
Yeah.
So, you know,
I
yes,
just wanna add, they were fantastic organizing. I mean,
I know,
they did, I mean,
Yes.
I'm like,
She's
I'm
great.
still on the shop floor, so I'm talking to my younger union members. And what the seniors did over the past year and a half was textbook organizing. They started from nothing with a few people, and yesterday they had a crowd. And very well organized. I give them credit. People say seniors can't do, they're doing very well.
Yes, we can.
Yes, they can, absolutely.
Gail, can you mute yourself?
I'll do it. You know, everything, social media, everything, they are fantastic, so I just want to give them props for that, you know.
Right, and that woman who heads the, organization is fantastic, Mary.
Yeah, yes, she's fantastic.
She's got her
She
own
really is.
show now on Friday mornings on BAI.
All right, I think we exhausted everything. Thank you for all the guests, but now we get to business. Which will include, first thing I'm gonna do is a budget. We have to, we have the budget dance every year. What we do at the budget is request what projects that we think we would like to get funded. And that can come from anybody, specifically for seniors though, but it really can come from anybody. If it affects seniors, like stay away, like somebody told me, did they ever fix that? Then we should put that on the budget then.
What's their role?
It was 135th Street, is it the street or the sidewalk?
Both. I sent you the picture of both. Shopping cart, wheelchairs, scooters, it's a whole indentation around that little water pot, iron thing, and anybody, even you walking naturally, you can dunk your toe in.
Right over.
That's right,
I'm gonna add,
Is it crossing this way or going this?
downtown side, right?
it's the downtown side.
Okay.
Is
They
it
pay
in the
the-
street?
Huh?
It's the street?
It's the street and the sidewalk, and 3333 is not responsible for that.
So, and then there's no milling going on, in that area?
No.
Well, I see it around.
I know DDC was in the area.
Yeah, they were doing 135th Street, not 135th Street on the side going downtown or the sidewalk adjacent to it. And I sent Walter pictures 2 or 3 times already.
Yes.
Okay.
of both.
I graduated, I sent it to, when the lady
Yes,
came from, yes, yeah, I
I
did.
was on vacation and I found it and sent it back to
Yeah,
you.
but I sent it to when she came to talk about it, I sent it to her, I had, oh, I had check.
Can you share it with me, Walter?
Yeah, I have to track it down, yes, yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add to this budget thing that we need more funding for senior center, for food service. Cause I think they may have cut the budget for pantries.
Yes. And I think I mentioned before, was there any way that, since West Side, for hunger moved to 80th Street and Broadway, it is tremendous now. Can we actually ask Columbia to periodically take our seniors up there for the same service, shopping service that they have at 86th Street, but it's on a larger scale, and they have been open. I think I shared the,
So what would be?
That's not a budget request.
that is fine, that's just a request,
Yeah.
that's just an actual request.
Anybody, speak now.
I was wondering, and I don't know if the.
Throw it in anyway, just throw it in.
The elevator project, 25th Street elevator project. I mean, I know it's been something going on and on, but I don't remember if it's ever been on our list of capital project budget requests, so.
The MTA is a separate entity, and this is for our city budget request, so it doesn't fall under that.
But I,
But
listen,
it is, as we know,
I
it's
know.
being addressed, but that would help it along. But we could just, at our, no, you can't add it.
okay,
At our regular meetings, we could thank our electeds and just encourage them to keep
And we'll
it
keep
moving, yeah, that sort of thing. The seniors could sign a petition, we could get a petition going
Oh, that's.
to let them know that, you know, we're very eager and we're here to do whatever it is we can to expedite it, because it's much needed. So that's something I think we could
I
do.
just thought I would ask.
Okay.
Too bad we can't get a budget for, us having, food, you know, with all the committees, when they have their meetings, they have some healthy snacks and stuff.
Why can't we don't?
Something-
That's something that our electeds could give us money.
Why can't we donate?
But we couldn't put that in for a request.
No, that's separate, that's.
Yeah, it's just, it was a draw, it's not for,
We could ask electeds
That's-
to think about.
get city council for discretionary funding.
Sense for something more substantial. So, I mean, if that's something that I think everybody should privilege to, you can donate.
Well, I think,
What will be our minimum
You
to,
just bring whatever that's gonna feed a population of 15 or more in the story. Your meetings have more than 15 at your core committee meetings? I don't know the large, amount of people that are at each attendance.
can I add about this was talking to Mr. Rodon about
Oh,
those.
you're saying monies for refreshments at all
yeah, well,
meetings?
it was a throw out. I just threw it out there because, you know, we being here for an hour to 3 hours on, depending where it's just committees, all the way to the executive and the general.
I can see that.
So I was just saying, you know, I'll
Back
throw it
a
out
few
there.
years ago,
I can see the general.
we used to provide food at the general board, because people were taking time out of their busy schedules, being away from their families, having dinner, and we would provide refreshments at the general board, and then the city stopped it.
Okay.
So.
What happened
Yeah.
is, I used to do TA for grant for 7 years, and we purchased food every general meeting. We made sure our seniors had, you know, healthy, so my idea is just spread it out to all
Yeah.
committee,
No, I can see.
board and
Yeah,
everything.
That would be great, it would be ideal,
I
but.
can see general, but I can't see our committee.
I'm gonna ask every member for a suggestion,
That's
we need to
just
come up with this. Carlton, anything you think we can add for in our budget request?
Not to my knowledge right now,
What's that?
not to my knowledge right now.
I had a quick question, I'm just curious, why did the city stop it? From having a general board, because it makes sense, people are coming from work, budget committee meeting, it makes sense.
Budget
Also
cuts,
dealing
they
with
said it
food
was
and
budget
security.
cuts,
A
and
lot
they
of people
said
in the
that,
community
yeah.
Yes.
dealing with food and security.
Yes.
yeah.
That's fine.
That's why I put that on.
That's fine.
Anything with add this to the, I'm coming to you. Good.
Well, I just had a question, as a newcomer, what kinds of things have you proposed in the past and that have gotten funded?
Like elevators, street lighting, funding for food.
Funding for the senior centers to get
That's-
renovated,
There was like, yeah, we have a capital request and then there's an expense request.
Budget request.
If you give me your email address, I'll give you our previous year's request and you can look at them.
Okay.
And I'd like to see the numbers, to see what they funded and what they haven't funded, so we can throw it back.
We just confirmed the public hearing and I was gonna announce that also. It's on Wednesday, the 17th. Right here in this room that you're in. At 6:30 p.m.
What day again?
Wednesday, 17th.
What meeting?
No, I'm sorry, it's the 16th. The 17th is general board, I go ahead, Dave.
What's the 16th again?
The public hearing on our budget, FY,
Is it Wednesday?
yes,
Okay.
FY 26
So that's the
district need
16th?
statement and the prioritization of our capital and expense budget request.
And we're
You said
gonna
the
have to have a Zoom?
The 16th of
Yeah, that's the same
October,
day.
I'm sorry,
I'm not sure.
16th of October,
Okay.
and that's a Wednesday evening in this room.
Will that be by Zoom also?
Yes,
Thank you.
absolutely.
That's the same day as the strategic planning task force.
That's part of strategic planning covers budget.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vanessa, anything you'd like to throw in? Seems that you are a caretaker now, are you officially a caretaker? No,
Yeah, no, I'm still learning.
okay.
Oh, yeah, you probably share a lot out.
Next, everybody need nothing else? When we get the thing of what the last year's request was, I'll go out and see what we can do for this year. What's our deadline for that?
For
For
the,
submittal, yeah.
well, we like to have it before the public hearing where we
Already for next week?
prioritizing. So that's before the next meeting.
Wow.
Well, our submissions are due on the 31st of October.
So you have time.
So, yeah.
Maybe send me out what we got.
Yeah, I'm sending it to all the
All
co-chairs.
right.
We just confirmed the date yesterday.
I may have missed this, they're coming in late, but did we discuss the senior books, whatever that?
I'm coming there, it's on the list, it's on the list. The next thing, I've been doing the minutes, and I don't mind doing the minutes, but we have to rotate this. Everybody has to take a minute on. So I'll do the minutes for this one since I took
You
notes.
gotta warn us first, though.
No, because I'm doing it now. Can I get somebody to do it for November?
All right. Oh, no, you go ahead and do it. That's good experience for you.
Oh, Vanessa, you want?
Excellent.
October? November, December? You do December? I'll talk to you later.
December, but call in and remind me.
Lydia.
I will, all right.
We're gonna do the whole year.
Yes, January. Come on, folks. Chuck Carlton,
Yeah.
Pat, Liz.
I don't know, every time I
The
did
easiest
the minutes, somebody else did it over, so I was like, not
the
interested.
easiest way to do the minutes is to go to
He edits
YouTube.
though, he does it.
Let me finish.
He'll edit it.
If I need to add something, Patricia's
Yeah,
not
that's
here,
not a problem.
that's not sorry. But if you go to our, since it's being recorded, you don't have to say, this person said this person said that. You can basically do like
It's
an
not a
outline.
dictation.
Like an outline, just say who was here, who presented, just a general comment, and keep it, you all see mine, I don't write no novel, you know. So I got November, December, I need a January, I'll stop after January. Okay, so I'm gonna keep you all that did having Jess
Yeah,
Carlton, or Pat Watler, and Lydia.
I'm trying to help
Let's
the
see.
senior, the health environment, the other
That's
committee
okay.
on, and I'm struggling with that.
That's okay, so you got a couple of months to get it together.
No, but it's hard, I mean, let me just get those straight first, and then I can volunteer.
I'll come back,
But I'm
I'll
struggling with
revisit
that
this
right now.
next month, like this
Yeah,
next
it's
month.
hard, I'm not very good at it.
All right. Now, the next topic is about these books. Now, just happened today, I have Mr. Fonseca's card on me. And, I had called the number on the card, hold on, go ahead, here it is. I called the number on the card, there's two numbers on the front, and, his email. I contacted all three, I didn't get to him. So after this meeting, I was gonna go there, but I didn't look at the back of the card to see this other number. So I called the other number today and I was able to get to the office. He was in a meeting, but he came out of the meeting to talk to me. So I'm gonna call him after this meeting. I will let everybody know we didn't count what we got, but they have the official record of what they gave us. So you already have, how many did you get?
What?
The books, you got 10.
$10 coupons.
Okay, and you distributed already?
applications back home.
Right, so- All right, so I don't know how many is left, so what the distribution for everybody is, so. Before this week is out, before this week, if I get part of today, if I can get the number today, I'll let everybody know what the allotment is, okay?
Okay, can I find out after the meeting?
I won't know until I talk to them again. If you stick around, if you want to stick around.
I'm
no
not
problem.
sure.
There's more bucks left?
Yes.
I need
We
to
didn't,
pick up-
that's it, we just went to pick them up. The guy wrote down the numbers, but I didn't.
But they
neither one
weren't
of us-
counted.
Yeah, we neither thought to look in to see how many there were. And so we have to evenly distribute them. I don't want nobody to say, well, you got 10, now you fucking, I get 5.
So you have to find out how to distribute? them?
No,
No,
I think
what was the
how much
count,
to
the
distribute.
total count?
I got you. So we'll wait, we have to.
Yeah, but yeah, it'll be, and I hate to have put her in the thing where everybody has to come to her. We thought about like everybody going at one time, take a bus to go someplace and, like 14th Street or up in the van. But it's about, no, so that messed that up, and I'm sorry to people again, and contact person on this, but we'll resolve that. We have to figure out a way to increase our membership, and that's members of committees, some of my seniors coming to the meetings. George Bruce said that it might be difficult for us to have our meeting at the library where we used to have it on 25th Street, where we had at least 25 to 35 seniors every meeting. And a lot of it, that got thrown out for COVID because a lot of people couldn't come in on the internet because they don't have the equipment, and a lot of us seniors don't. Anyway, we talked about going to the senior center, so we have to contact each of them to see when it's good, so we can have one of our meetings there. So technical things, because we still have to have the Zoom things and all that other stuff too, so. And I'm gonna get and list everybody, so we have 4. We have Jackie Robinson, right, in Manhattanville, it's one up there by me on
Hamilton Grange.
Hamilton Grange, yes, that's a convent, and there's one up there by me on 153rd Street. And, yes.
I don't know the name.
I met her, yeah, I went to meet
I don't know
her,
the name.
so that's the place I know
Tell me the
about.
name of the center.
Yeah.
MRHS too.
There it is, there it is, see?
He's visiting, so we
Yes.
know.
We have a program name.
Right, that's what well, there's your resource.
And what's it called?
Morningside Retirement and Health Services.
Sorry.
Yes.
Morningside.
Retirement
Yes.
and Health Services.
Now, do Morningside Garden fit into that? No? I'm asking a question.
There,
The one in the
that's
green.
that's where the Nork is.
Right, no.
Jackie Robinson. It's in Grange, right? Who am I missing? I'm missing,
Jackie Robinson.
I got Jack Morningside, Jackie Robinson.
Thank
Hamilton.
you. Oh.
I'll call you later, man. You're the greatest.
We'll take it. Because,
So what's the other board, the other center? I'm missing one.
Randolph,
Okay,
is that?
where's that? Where's it located?
It's, I know the gentleman.
you know,
Oh, no, that's 10,
That's
that's 10, that's 3.10, yeah. Okay, so on one side, Jackie Robinson, Hamilton, Grange, and it's 4.
There's one in Manhattanville, right?
All disabilities are not physical, I mean, and that's what I talked to you about that, because I said, if anytime I think I'm gonna lose my faculties, put on a record for me, put on James Brown's.
Tell me about it.
I'll tell you where it came out, what dance we did, where I was going, it just comes right there, I remember the words of this song, I can't remember what I did yesterday, but I can remember what happened.
Power of art.
See, and when I think of art, I think of everything, everything, even modeling is art, So, okay, so that was.
Also, are games good for
Anything that
That's a good
engages
question.
one,
word search?
yeah.
I now do, and I'm addicted to it, is Mojang.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I
I'm addicted
love
to
it,
right now.
I love it.
Yeah,
We
and
can
they
do a
always
game.
show the advertisement
Yes.
that it's good to
Yes.
prevent dementia and
Well,
Alzheimer's.
you know, the brain, they say the brain's like a
Using your
muscle.
brain.
You know, use your
I can't go to sleep and I'm steady playing all night.
We got about 6 on
I
my
can be on
phone.
the phone and I'm playing the game.
Yeah.
So it's like, my brain is in the conversation,
Me
but it's
too.
also on that game.
Yes.
Yes,
My brain's in the conversation.
look,
I'm noticing, yeah.
yes. Oh, yes, yes.
How'd you learn?
It's, oh my, it's addictive. It's, I
It is,
love
I
it.
can't even tell you,
I
but
love it.
I cannot.
I was on the boat and cruise.
Oh, yes, oh,
And
yes.
they had the little, you know, like domino thing.
Oh,
And they were, I mean, they like the whole room and they were just having a great time.
And there's a flower that I do since I was in grade school.
Really?
And I continue, and my kids are doing it now. And they was like, Mom, what did I say? Oh, I can remember from a little girl. And they're now trying to perfect it. But I can do some fabulous art with a pen. Yeah. So that's great.
So we just start up everything. Is there any old business? That was new business.
Yes, the library, holding meetings at the library.
The library said, George Bruce said that they open at 12 o'clock. And our meeting started at 11.
Oh.
And I'm not sure if we can alter our meeting because it's not fair to seniors that used to have us at 11. So I would love to because they have a lot of good things going on over there. He's been coming to our meetings regularly too.
Yeah, that was just an update when people were asking about it, so I can go back and refer.
Yeah, since they don't open until 12. I don't know, cause they were open before when we were going. I think they opened at 12.
I think that was part of their budget cuts in the negotiation, that they open at 12. And, we used to meet there every month.
Mhm.
I can meet there because I have my cabinet meeting and it starts at 12 noon. But it would have been great for seniors, but they don't have the staff to be there that early or the security. Because
We need the security because there's a lot of people walking in.
definitely coming on the street.
Great.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so if there's no old business, I'll take a motion for.
I make a motion.
I second.
My yes one.
Now,
I am so intrigued that you love, you know. I gotta come on.
Oh,
I got about 12 burdens, so I.
The possibility of us doing some.
Thank you for coming.
Right, so yeah, I think we have somebody coming back in November from Medicare. What about December, would that be good? I mean, just do like a mock,
Yeah, you mean,
I like a, yeah,
one of these meetings, one of the senior action meetings, or that's something separate?
I'll call you back.
But I don't want anybody to be paranoid, so that's why I'm doing it.
Separate thing, or is it?
I just feel like a wrong, what do you put the census, I wouldn't. Take like a whole.
Like, you're just like-
So don't forget the people like didn't get, the 3 people like, the 4 people.
You know,
I know what you're talking about.
So y'all gotta do minutes, after do minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's go to Monday.
So when you get to the meeting, you see me and Hansel. And
Before you go.
Yes.
Thank you for coming. Next week is 12.